Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, February 8th. Looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and the NQ, the bull that refuses to yield. The ES ticks its all-time high from yesterday to the tick in literally the last seconds of the trading day. So we have a weak high against the all-time high. We almost had a perfect POC. We were 11 for 11 wide. L didn't get to it. We end 12 wide. We also have an inside day. I told the room and I told the video in my video this morning, this won't be that easy to get away from, this wide POC and the overnight POC. Well, we didn't get away from it all day until late in the day they tried, right? And made a new high. SPY made an all-time high today. Okay, got above it, but I'm still going to treat them basically as an inside day, just like ES. Hopefully that provides a better opportunity for us. Today's range, the smallest of the year, $1.45. The volume right now is going to be probably the second lightest of the year. Possibly the lightest, but most likely the second lightest. We actually tried to go trend up by a tick or two in L period, failed, but still, that's 5 out of 20 trend days that have held. We took out both sides of the initial balance for the 14th time out of 27 trading days. That's a lot, my friends. We do, again, end with unchanged value and the inside day. NQ, new all-time high. Same with triple Qs. They go out with a 12-wide point of control. And righty lifts its head as they come out of balance on the daily to finally go up on the daily. They're still down on the weekly, but the daily is back to up, and they had a triple distribution day that held in I, N, B period. Now, I'm not going to use L as a price probe because it wasn't that far away from the day's high. I took one trade in ES today, and that was in L period. I made a point on a short. There was no interest for me whatsoever in ES today. Before the opening, we were talking, and we always give a pre-market. It's a big thing that we do between 9:15 and 9:30. We speak what's happening, what the game plan is, what we can look for. I said, look, you can short the overnight high, front run it, because they do it a lot. I decided not to do it, but it would have worked, right? You're never going to get 16, but you could have shorted 15.75. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We got the overnight high later in A period. But initially, you could have front ran it and made money. Came in like 4, 5, at least 5 points. But I didn't do it. That's the only interest I had. Now, when we pulled down here, remember, we didn't have an overnight yet. If we had gotten the overnight low, I would have looked for a long and added against the single print fill. Never happened. So we stayed in the upper distribution the entire day. And again, so all my trading was in NQ. And I had a really good day in NQ. Saw it very, very well. I was long. I didn't do anything in B. I was long in A, I'm sorry. Didn't do anything in A. I long B period when it came back against the opening, which paid nicely. Then in C period, I took some heat. I did not think we'd go trend. Well, I was wrong. I shorted a 1 lot at 71. I shorted a 3 lot at 83 in NQ. And then I shorted 6 at 91 and change, I believe, the first time. Well, luckily and fortunately, those came in. And I got paid. Then they went up again. I put another 6 lot on at 92 and change. And then that came in. So I made decent money on the 12 that I shorted up here. And then when it came in, I took the 3 off at 83 at about 81. And then I took off the one I was short at 71, I think at 81 also. So I lost 10 points on that 1 lot, but kicked ass on the 12 lot, as we did finally take back the trend day. Now, that doesn't mean I'm right, because they ran pretty good, but I was fortunate they didn't get much legs above those low 90s level when I did do that. And then I'd flipped long in D period. So I took a long in D period because now I'm like, we were holding singles at that point still. So when I covered my short, we were still trend. But then I right? And then I started going long when D opened, when we were still holding singles, and did well in that. F period. I told the room, I do not think, since we filled singles, if we make a new high, we're going to get going. So I'll fade it. And I did. Missed the high of the day by, I think, a point or so. I think I shorted 96. So that worked out well. Then I looked, and then in G period, this one worked out really nice. I was like, I think we're going to get an afternoon pullback. For that to happen, you have to take out a previous time frame low in the afternoon. The earliest one you can do it is F. Obviously, we didn't do it in F. So when G first started coming in, I'm like, well, instead of just waiting for the long, why don't I take the short to take out F's low? Well, I did that, which got paid. And then when that happened, I flipped long in G period for the afternoon pullback. So that was very nice on both of those. Then again in J period, I took a long, thinking we might still have an afternoon pullback above the open, and did well on that. And then that was it in NQ. Once we got below the opening, I wasn't as interested in taking a long because they had held it most of the day until then. But again, it would have paid out. And then I took that one short, like I said, in L period in ES for a point. So really good day in NQ. Definitely took some heat early in C period when I did that short, but it worked out very well. Destinations. There's only one upside destination, my friends, in all the land here in the SPY and ES. And by the way, SPX did hit 5,000. 5,000.40. 498.71. SPY's all-time high right now. I would think we're going to hit 500 at some point. Then we have an 11-wide POC at 497. I can't read my own writing. 99. 497.99 is 11 wide. And then we have today's low of 497.26. ES, all-time high at 20. Weak against yesterday's all-time high. We have a 12-wide POC at 1150. And today's low is 05. And then on the chart, tomorrow night we'll recap all three of these indices charts. So the daily is an inside day. You want to call it up to balance? That's fine. That's what I'm going to do. Now, SPY technically took out yesterday's high. So just like on the weekly, SPY never stopped one time framing up. Same on the daily here, right? They took out yesterday's high. So they're actually, and ES, even though it's an inside day, that doesn't stop one time framing. So SPY is one time framing up, believe it or not, 6 days. 6 days now. We're not getting a lot of distance. We're not getting any range extension or volume, but it's still going higher. So as people continue to pick highs, or try to pick highs, just remember the market can't go down until it stops going up. That sounds silly, but boy, oh boy, is that something to really think about before you keep trying to pick all-time, especially all-time highs. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. You know, we had a bunch of people join the room recently. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. $30 a month. I'm not going to get a better value for me being on the mic 6.5 hours a day, showing my profile being live streamed, and giving you all the looks at what the market's attempting to do. Have a great night. We'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.